Hi, Sag. This is Mary Ellen coming to you from Moonrise Cottage. Pardon me, for your July 2019 Soul Tarot reading, focusing on messages coming through from my guides about the eclipse journey and about the path forward that your incarnation, using the word this month, intention of your energy set point that you chose, the contract that you made when you came into this place for this adventure of this lifetime. So for those of you that are new, welcome. And as always, I'm really grateful for all of the return visitors and the subscribers. Ask everybody to lovingly click the like button. It's just a form of acknowledgement and thanks for me. So joy having the return of a little bit of energy. It's a way to communicate between the two of us. So if you're new to the channel, I have been instructed by my guides to start speaking to the purpose, the reason that I'm here, and it really is about providing assistance and information and attention to those folks who are really focusing on their spiritual development, on being seekers of the light, my guides are saying, intentionally working to develop your energy. And that is the purpose for 2019. We're meant to perfect our energy in order to join the collective in a very conscious way to bring forward the changes that are coming in a big way in 2020. So this year it's all about focus inward, develop your awareness and your ability to use and wield the energy that comes to this planet through your presence here. So I picked some cards from the Oracle cards, and we jump into the Celtic Wisdom Tarot, and I'll pick a rune for you at the end of the reading just to sort of tie all the energy together. So Sag, you're just so beautiful. Look at these Oracle cards. We have the Swan, the Wild Woman, and Heart Fire from the Journey of Love. So I've looked at some of the readings about these cards, and I've decided that I really want to read to you about these cards because it has everything to do with your development and your experience, what is meant to come for you in terms, my guides are correcting me, come into you, the experience that is being offered as you sail through these really auspicious days of this eclipse, with the North Node having moved into Cancer, an eclipse in Cancer, on the moon cycles as always. Something really profound happening with this particular turning to bring us all into the manifestation of love energy that resides within us. And so for you as a fire sign, beautiful message coming forward. So let's check in about Swan, and it is the notion of grace, which is perfect for the Sag folks. So it is about Swan in its cycle of development, traveling into and through the dream time, looking for the future. Swan rested for a time in the coolness of the pond, looking for a way to find the entry point into the future. There was a moment of confusion for Swan, because she knew she had happened into the dream time by accident. This was her first flight alone, and she was a bit concerned by the dream time landscape. Swan looked high above Sacred Mountain and saw the swirling black hole. Dragonfly came by, and Swan stopped Dragonfly to ask about the black hole. Dragonfly said, "Swan, this is the doorway to the other planes of imagination and existence. I have been the guardian of the illusion for many, many moons, and if you want to enter there, you would have to ask permission and earn the right for this type of travel." Swan was not sure that she wanted to enter the black hole, and she asked Dragonfly what was necessary for her to earn the right for entry. Dragonfly replied, "You must be willing to accept whatever the future holds as it is presented, without trying to change the Great Spirit's plan." Swan looked at her ugly little duckling body and then answered, "I'll be happy to abide by the plan. I won't fight the currents of the black hole. I will surrender to the flow of the spiral and trust what I am shown." Dragonfly accepted Swan's answer and began to spin the magic to break the illusion of the pond. And suddenly Swan was engulfed by a whirlpool in the center of the pond. Swan reappeared many days later, but now she was graceful and white and long-necked. Dragonfly was stunned. Swan, what happened to you? Swan smiled and said, I learned to surrender to the power of the Great Spirit, and I was taken to where the future lives. I saw many wonders high on Sacred Mountain, and because of my faith and my acceptance, I have been changed. I have learned to accept the state of grace. Swan told Dragonfly of the many wonders beyond the illusion of the pond. Through her healing and acceptance of this state of grace, she was given the right to enter the dream time. So it was that we learned to surrender to the grace of the rhythm of the universe and slip from our physical bodies into the dream time. Swan medicine teaches us to be at one with all planes of consciousness and trust in the Great Spirit's protection. If you pulled Swan in your spread, it ushers in a time of altered states of awareness and of development of your intuitive abilities. Swan medicine people have the ability to see the future, to surrender to the power of the Great Spirit, and to accept the healing and transformation of their lives. Swan card is telling you to accept your ability to know what lies ahead. Stop denying that you know who and what is calling you. Pay attention to your hunches along the way and your gut knowledge, and honor your feminine intuitive side. Amazing. So clearly for you, Sag, as a fire energy holder, there's a great transformation coming forward available to you during these days of the eclipse if you decide to go on that journey. And we always have free will, don't we? So continuing that message, that theme, my guides are saying, we see the beautiful notion of wild woman, and I love it with a particular state of my own passion. Hang on, there's a message coming up. I'm just going to click out of it. So, wild woman, I want to show you this card. It's incredibly beautiful. If I can get it off the table. Look at that in terms of liberation in connection with this notion of Swan going through a transmutation. Look at what's happening at the heart center there. It is inflamed, it is activated, and it is holding the blue energy of transformation. Incredibly beautiful. This depiction of feminine energy dancing with the power of creation in the sacred realm. Liberating herself, really, into her power, into her ability. And we are talking about future visioning. So as you go through this eclipse, there is a transformation, but there also is an ability to stand freely in your energy, to be liberated, and the power, the beauty, the transformational beauty that comes through the fire energy attenuated into the sign, the astrological sign of a Sagittarius. It is about liberation. It is about sacred knowledge. It is about learning, and that which you have to teach the collective as you model this behavior, in a sense, this ability. And so from the Journey of Love Oracle, look at that. I'm always amazed at how my guides spin these cards out. Heart fire. Again, the center of heart energy. And that's what this eclipse is all about. So we see the swirl, we see the spiral, and we see the notion of the radiant energy of the sun streaming into your being while you go through this transmutation that's available to you at the time of the eclipse. So, Wild Woman, when she dances into your reading, she reminds you of the essence of authenticity and freedom. Divested of all social constraints and cultural conformity, the wild woman holds up a mirror to your essential self, the true essence of who you are and who you're meant to become. She is a reminder of the bright light within each of us that gets dimmed by the restrictions imposed upon us by the expectations of others and of society. She reminds us that in order to be fully present to life, we must uncover the light and let it shine brightly through us, regardless of the perceived negative consequences. When Wild Woman comes to dance in your reading, you are invited to shine brightly and to know that your true self is being called out to engage in the world with your energy. This is a symbol of your long-held dream. It is beginning to take root, and it wants to be expressed. Your authentic self doesn't fit in a box. It needs freedom to shine. It's time to have the courage and step into the light. Shine brightly, dance with abandon, be yourself. Let the Great Spirit decide what happens, and you'll be happy that you did. So what a beautiful, auspicious message as you sail into these days of the eclipse. So, Heart Fire from the Journey of Love Oracle, it is a notation continuing this theme, reiterating, my guides are saying, and confirming that passion is igniting within you. It is not a time when things will remain still. Even if it feels a sense of subtle stirring underneath the surface of things, even if it is at first slow, passion will unfold from within your heart and soon will be burning bright like the sun, unrestrained. This oracle brings a message for you. Trust the passion and the fire of your heart to guide your decisions at this time. What would make you feel most alive? Choose that. Sag, for those of you that come and visit, I get choked up because the energy that flows through the message flows into me, and it does illuminate my heart, and I feel a great expansion. And, the human experience of that energy flow is through the heart chakra, and then, we get moved by the energy. So that's the theme of your reading today. Let's take a look at the beautiful Celtic wisdom and see what it is that's coming forward for you through this eclipse season, through the month of July, as you flow into the sense of freedom. The true nature of a Sagittarius is what my guides are saying. Coming forward and look. Okay, so there are the cards. Let's see. This is what my guides want to speak to you about. This is the Moon card. It is obviously speaking to, my guides have been calling it the retreat. I'm talking about the eclipse and the energy of the month of July. So it is a retreat in all the ways that have been expressed so far with the oracle cards. That is a sacred, magical vessel, much like going into the dream time. Intuition, dreams, understanding in a very deep, profound way through the feminine portal of the full moon. It's about the encapsulation of the fullness of the journey. You can get in that boat and put your hands on the oars and sail away to any destination that you want. So I'm very grateful that this is coming forward. The full name of the card in the Celtic Wisdom Tarot is the Imaginer of Harmony. And clearly, that's what's going on in these oracle cards. So I love that that's what my guides want to speak to you about. Here's the next card. The King of Battle, King of Swords. A very mystical evolution coming forward through the battles that you've experienced in your life, and you may feel embattled in some ways in these days. It's time to experience healing through the cycle of this eclipse. So I love that my guides are saying we feel. They want you to feel the nature of the energy coming through to you. And we have a beautiful depiction of the feminine and the masculine working together in a very heightened way. It's a story about a sacred king who lost his hand in a battle, and he was thrown off his throne. He wasn't allowed to sit on his throne. And we see him coming through. Looks like he's sitting in a graveyard, coming through this mystical death and rebirth process. So there's been a lot of talk from my guides about the reordering of the sacred male. So it is able to attend to and be the impetus that it's meant to be, to carry the power and the secrets of the sacred feminine forward into this life. So as you come through this cycle, know that there's a great regeneration happening, and that which you can imagine come forward. What this king was imagining was regaining his power and his balance. And through a mystical process, he did regrow his hand and was able to return to his rightful place of power. So that's what's on the menu for you, Sag, clearly given all the messaging that's come out. So this represents the overall message. Love this, look. And what you are attenuating as you come through this eclipse. So here's the next card. That is the woman of healing. It is she and her brother who provided the mystical healing to this king. It's astounding to me that this flipped out. What she is literally doing is picking herbs and flowers from a gravestone in order to utilize here in this world. The herbs and flowers are growing up from the bones of the person who is buried there, who happens to be her brother, who was deeply involved in healing the king. So you're coming into this mystical type of light through the sacred power of the feminine. She is dressed in the colors of the universe. And it is her work as a light worker that is affecting you. You walk in this energy through the month of July. It's not about a Caucasian woman with blonde hair. It is about being a light worker and being a healer for your own being, for your own self, but also to add to the collective energy that's here to move us forward while we employ the bringing forward and the transformation of love energy into this planet. It's particularly beautiful. Next card. Again, healing. This is the judgment of art. It is about the sacred chalice, the place in which we hold and work with love energy. Coming into this moment of judgment, while you sit and ponder. In the traditional tarot deck, this would be the Four of Cups. This place where you sit and you ponder and you look at what is present, and the universe comes through to offer something, and you go deep into the dream time. It's not about not being willing to accept something that's given. It is about going into the dream time to understand the depth of the message and the mysterious power that is being offered while you ponder yourself and your own journey of healing. Coming in to this cycle of the swan and the wild woman to ignite the passion in your heart and allow it to shine into the world. Really beautiful. So it may be that some of you are going through this kind of a journey. This is about truth. It's about facing what's real and coming into the desire to heal the chalice and cause it to be stable in both halves so that the love energy that is meant to be held within the chalice can be offered. It's beautiful. I love that it's here for you. Move this up a little bit. So as you continue, your walk on a human plane of existence, that's what these cards on the bottom row are about. Spirit, give us some more messages. Oh, look. Ooh, Sag. Look. Whew. All right, so there's a deep journey. When the new moon comes and we enter into this eclipse, today and tomorrow actually, this is how you sit. Join together the sacred male and female. The power of the sacred feminine is going to guide you through to the completion of this particular eclipse cycle. The water of love energy that transforms the male part of your being through its connection with the power and the mystery of the sacred feminine displayed through the moon signs, flowing into you. Okay, my guides are talking about understand what's available and the flow of the energy that is coming and going to be encapsulated when we reach the full moon at the midpoint of the month. An enormous amount of healing. And through that healing comes a new foundation, your sacred male energy, a foundation of skill. This is the Six of Wands. It's about victory. In Celtic Wisdom Tarot, this is about coming through a rite of passage. Clearly, when we see the rest of the cards, that's what's going on. So you are going to have victory in this way if you attend to this journey and allow yourself to go into the dream time. We can't see what is being created, But we do know that this gentleman is open from the will center all the way up. It's very important within the depiction of this card. He has all the tools he needs, and he is busy looking into the dream time, looking into the mystery to create what is meant to come forward by utilizing the beauty of the fire energy. Look. Ooh, Sag. I just want to say thank you. My goodness, amazing. So the next line of cards, if you're new, it is about your soul intention and the work that you're doing during this eclipse because of the contract that you made. And there you are, once again, standing in the full, abundant love and light of the solar energy, the fire power that you hold. Having come through this transformation, standing on the sacred ground of the ancients, the spiral of destiny is turning. You incarnated here to have this moment, don't ever doubt it. And you've come through, transformed, marked in a certain way. You know, we see this gentleman tattooed, his entire walk, his ability to be of the radiant energy has come full circle. And he has developed, like the swan, goes into the dream time in order to be in line with the sacred and its plan for us, is what my guides are talking about. So, pretty amazing on a soul level. I love this for you, Sag, because you know, you just do want to be free, don't you? Sag is such a beautiful energy. Look at that. So we are talking about coming to this place of inception through your development. It is the male energy that creates and provides the impetus to go forward. And so your intention through this transformation is to stand again in this way. Do you see the blue kilt? Transformation, again, totally open from the will center. It is about the development of your sacred will. Standing again in the full light of the sun, with the sword literally touching the spiral of destiny. I'm getting all choked up again. Sag, the intense beauty of your journey in this eclipse season, my guides are saying, is not to be denied. It is about providing, becoming a sacred warrior to provide what is needed for the collective. That's the soul work that you're doing. Wow. The reason you arrived here, in part, right? It's not just about this moment, but clearly this moment is incredibly important. This eclipse is really powerful. It is meant to shift and change the destiny of humanity so that we can really come into the manifestation of the love energy that lives within us and employ that here in this place. So we're going to grab one more card on the spiritual realm for a beautiful Sagittarius. We'll get an outcome card and then I'll pick from the bag of runes. Look. Sag, how much do I love you? Look at that. There you are on a soul level, having come all the way through. And the place, just like the swan card was talking about, I love it. The king of art. Do you see the fire energy? This is the king of cups. This is how you wield the fire energy. And the strings of passion that ignite love. He is highly activated at the heart center. He holds the sacred spear that clears away obstacles to the employment of love energy. He is able to travel back and forth on this radiant energy into the mystical realm in order to create his vision, to collect what is meant to be manifest into and through him, and find the pathway forward. And Sag, is there any better description of you? I don't think so. I love it. And I love that it's completely aligned in this time with the swan, with the message that's coming through. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, so let's grab an outcome card. Spirit, can you please give Sag the completion notion for this journey? What is it that their energy is meant to be adding to the collective while they develop themselves through the dream time? There it is, Sag. This woman's been shown up a lot in these readings. She is the Queen of Knowledge, Queen of Pentacles. She sits suspended in the universe, and what she does is she waits for the development of your energy. And she weaves together the strings of destiny for her sacred lineage. That is deep. That's deep. Sag. Wow. I'm going to leave that right there so you can look into that. Oh my gosh. And just doing the reading, my heart chakra is just really swelling up. It's just, this is really quiet, mysterious, deep joining of male and female energy through this eclipse cycle in Cancer. The manifestation and the shift and change, the employment of love energy here in this plane through a process of development and self-freedom. That's what I love about this. The ability for Sag to come truly into themselves and dance like a wild woman, knowing that you're being activated and transformed at your own heart chakra, but the heart chakra and the heartbeat of this planet because of the energy that you carry. Very important to the tapestry of souls that are here. And that's what my guides always talk about. You are your purpose. It's not what you're doing per se. It's what you hold and the vibration that you carry. And so that's why it's important to focus on your own self-development, to look deeply into your soul contract, and to develop your energy, your passion, and give it freedom and allow its transformation to come without attempting to manipulate, because it is aligning yourself with the mysterious that brings forward what is meant to come. So Spirit, please give us a message through the runes for beautiful Sagittarius sailing through this transformative journey, the month of July, preparing itself to radiate and clear away obstacles to the employment of love energy, because it is your commitment to transform and to be available as a sacred warrior in these ways for the benefit of all, and to provide leadership, to lead us forward into this destiny that the universe is waiting for us to shift and change and grow into ourselves. It is the co-creation energy with the universe that just waits for us to go through our process so the strings of destiny can be woven together. That is just astoundingly, mysteriously beautiful. All right, Spirit, what is it that we'd like to give? What's the notion through the runes for Sagittarius? Look at that. That is the rune for breakthrough. Okay, let's see. Where shall we put it? How about right there with this beautiful gentleman? I'm going to read to you from the book Sag. I just want to stare at the cards. This is really amazing. So I used the beautiful book of runes developed by Ralph Blum. He's on the other side now. My guys have been talking about him a lot. I think spiritually he's here with us, working his magic from the spiritual realm. So this is the rune Tagaz. It is about breakthrough, transformation, and daylight. Look at that. Oh my gosh, I'm getting all choked up. Sag. This is the final rune belonging to the cycle of transformation and initiation. That's why Swan is here. Drawing Tagaz often signals a major shift or a breakthrough in the process of self-change. A complete transformation, a 180-degree turn. For some, this transformation is so radical that they are no longer able to live the ordinary life in the ordinary way. My guys just said, as wise woman would tell you. Interesting that they're talking. I said wise. My head, I'm thinking about wild woman. So I'm going to just leave that right where my spirit guide said it. Because the timing is right. The outcome is assured. Although not from the present vantage point, predictable. Again, that journey of Swan, having to sort of make the commitment and be willing to live into the mystery of what is meant to unfold. In each life, there comes at least one moment, which, if recognized and seized, transforms the course of that life forever. Rely, therefore, on radical trust even though the moment may call for you to leap empty handed into the void. Oh my gosh. With this rune, your warrior nature reveals itself. If Dagaz shows up into your spread, a major period of achievement and prosperity is often introduced. The darkness is behind you now, and the daylight has come. Nevertheless, you are reminded not to collapse yourself into thoughts for the future. Isn't it amazing how this reflects the message that came from Swan? Do not behave recklessly in your new situation. Considerable hard work can be involved in a time of transformation. Remember to undertake it joyfully. You know, it's not often that the messages come out in such a connected way through the oracles, through the Celtic wisdom, and straight into the runes. And so there's one message for you today, Sag. Um, it's really moving me. I don't know if you can tell, my voice is cracking. Whew, I'm having trouble speaking. So, Sag, remember, just like Swan and Wild Woman, you are your purpose in a way that is true and profound. So you are traveling into the dream time to have your healing and your transformation guided by the energy of the sacred feminine, that which is untamable, in order to transform the mystical journey of the sacred male within you. It's incredibly beautiful. So allow yourself to accept the healing that is being offered and know that you are working on the sacred chalice for yourself and for all of humanity. Enjoy the days of the eclipse. Set some time aside for yourself. If you'd like to have a reading or come to Moonrise Cottage for a shamanic journey, of course I'm available for that. And just go to the link below the video. Please remember to click the like button for me. And I'd love to hear anything you want to share about this journey. Put some comments below. I'll look forward, God is willing, to being here with you again in August. Thank you, Sag, so deeply. Have a wonderful month. And don't doubt yourself ever again.